then go with a boy or two.
Stockard Channing has always carried an aura that feels both fierce and fragile, a presence shaped not by easy victories, but by storms weathered in private. Long before the applause, long before the iconic roles, long before the world learned her name, she was a young girl learning how to survive loss, expectation, and a life that demanded resilience before it ever offered reward. Her story is not one of overnight success or effortless brilliance. It is a story of endurance, heartbreak, reinvention, and a quiet courage that refused to let pain have the final word. Today, we uncover the life of a woman who stood tall when life tried to break her, and who transformed hardship into a legacy that still resonates across generations. Born Susan Antonia Williams Stockard, she grew up in a world that appeared comfortable on the surface, yet was fractured underneath. Her family life changed forever when she lost her father at a young age, a moment that carved a permanent mark into her heart. That loss forced her to grow up quickly, to understand absence before she understood adulthood, and to navigate a world that suddenly felt uncertain and unforgiving. Even then, she learned to mask pain with strength, to move forward even when grief whispered that stopping might be easier. It was in those early years that Stockard began building the emotional armor that would later define her career and her life. Education became her refuge and her proving ground. At Radcliffe College, she immersed herself in learning, intellect, and self-discovery. But beneath the academic success, she battled an internal conflict that many never saw. She was ambitious, fiercely intelligent, and determined, yet unsure where she truly belonged. Acting called to her not as a dream of fame, but as a language for emotions she had never been able to fully express. On stage, she could finally speak the truths she carried silently. She could become strong when she felt weak, confident when she felt uncertain, and whole when life felt fragmented. Her early career was far from glamorous. Roles were inconsistent, recognition was slow, and rejection became a familiar companion. Hollywood was not built for women like Stockard Channing, women who were sharp-edged, outspoken, emotionally complex, and unwilling to shrink themselves to fit expectations. She faced typecasting, dismissal, and moments when it felt like the industry simply did not know what to do with her depth. Yet she refused to disappear. Every setback hardened her resolve. Every closed door pushed her to work harder, to study more deeply, to refine her craft until it became undeniable. Then came the roles that changed everything. Characters who were witty, commanding, vulnerable, and unapologetically real. Stockard did not play women to be admired for perfection. She played women to be understood. Her performances carried a raw honesty that resonated deeply with audiences who recognized their own struggles reflected in her eyes. She brought intelligence and humanity to every role, never hiding flaws, never smoothing rough edges. And the world finally began to take notice. But behind professional success, her personal life told a more complicated story. Love did not come easily. Relationships were intense, passionate, and often painful. Marriages began with hope and ended in heartbreak. Each ending left scars, but also lessons. She loved deeply, fully, and fearlessly, even when it cost her peace. Rather than becoming bitter, she chose reflection. Rather than giving up, she chose growth. With each heartbreak, she rebuilt herself, stronger and more self-aware than before. As time passed, Stockard Channing faced another challenge. Few speak about openly in Hollywood: the pressure of aging in an industry obsessed with youth. Opportunities shifted, expectations changed, roles became fewer and more selective. But instead of fading away, she reinvented herself. She turned to theater, where depth mattered more than appearance, and where talent outweighed trends. On stage, she found renewed purpose and critical acclaim, proving once again that resilience was not just part of her story. It was the foundation of it. Her later performances revealed an actress who had lived fully, loved deeply, and endured bravely. She brought wisdom, pain, humor, and grace to every character, reminding audiences that strength does not come from avoiding hardship, but from surviving it. She became a symbol for women who refused to be defined by loss, age, or expectation. She stood as proof that reinvention is possible at any stage of life, and that authenticity is the most powerful role anyone can play. Stockard Channing's legacy is not built on fame alone. It is built on perseverance, on choosing truth over comfort, on standing firm in a world that constantly tries to reshape women into something smaller. She showed us that resilience can be quiet, that strength can be elegant, and that survival can be transformed into art. Her life reminds us that even when the path is painful, it can still lead to purpose. Thank you for watching this deep and emotional journey into the life of Stockard Channing. If you want more powerful stories of strength, heartbreak, and unbreakable resilience, be sure to subscribe for more.